What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome to Superhero Saturday here on your Totally Cool channel. Yep, as promised, last episode was the Colossus Build-A-Figure, and we're moving away from Marvel for now. For now, we have a very, very recent addition to our collection. And this is something that I've never thought I would even get into because I'm a big Marvel guy. I mean, I love DC, of course. I love all the movies. But there's just been so many Batmen, all right? There's been so many iterations. Like every couple of years there's a Batman movie. But it's never really enough when you've got different people doing different takes on Batman. Michael Keaton was iconic. Christian Bale gave a good take on it. Val Kilmer, George Clooney had a very limited run. But again, Val Kilmer, rest in peace, man, for Batman Forever. But he could have had a longer run on it. But Christian Bale, who can argue that Christian Bale was somebody who made origin stories for Batman cool again, all right? And he saw him as a Bruce Wayne trying to get the skills to become Batman, and that was just amazing. So we're featuring this particular figure, not just the figure, but the vehicle from the Dark Knight trilogy, and it comes in a very I can't say creative, I can't say cool, because it's more than that. Because look at the display box in itself could actually be a display case, right? The backdrop, the picture at the back. You've got the way that the figure is even presented, the vehicle is even presented. It's pretty cool. So we're just talking about the box, and I'm still raving, and I'm already raving about it. All right, so. As I said, we're going to be talking about Batman and the Batpod from The Dark Knight Rises. If you would recall, I don't think it's just The Dark Knight Rises. I can't remember. But anyway, no. I think the Batpod first came out in The Dark Knight. Because when the Bat Tumbler got destroyed, he was able to come out of it to chase after the Joker, I think. I don't know. I can't recall. Let me know in the comments if you would know when the Batpod actually first appeared. Now, this is not the first Batpod that came out from McFarlane Toys. The first one came out with Catwoman, because Catwoman was featured riding the Batpod in The Dark Knight Rises. But I think this is the version from The Dark Knight Rises. So, this is the Batpod that Bruce Wayne, or Batman, rode and actually gave to Selina Kyle, or Anne Hathaway, portraying Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. And it's a very amazing looking box. Again, it can double as a display case. In fact, I've actually been thinking about getting these Batman figures and vehicles as a come and go kind of piece, without really keeping them in the collection, because there's just a lot of variety in the collection right now. But the way I've seen the McFarlane toys really come to life and bring to life the characters from the movies, I'm really having a hard time letting them go. Especially this one. I mean, this is just amazing. So let's do a little box review before we get into the figure. And let's go on the right. On the left flap, you have pretty simple, the Dark Knight with a very simple bat symbol from the Christian Bale trilogy. And then you've got Batman and the Batpod, The Dark Knight Rises, and then McFarlane Toys at the bottom. And then the same thing on the left, so I'm not going to show you that anymore. But on the back, it's got a nice illustration of Batman riding his Batpod. And I think this picture the background is similar to the background that he has inside this box. So, I don't know. There's there's a lot of things to uncover when we open him up, and I'm really excited to do that. So let's not prolong the agony. Let's give this guy a whirl. As you can see, it's a McFarlane Gold Edition, pretty much like the last Batman piece that we opened when we did the 1989 Batman and Batmobile with Michael Keaton. So this one's another iconic Batman portrayal by Christian Bale. So let's see what's inside. Okay, box cutter, tape on the right, just a small cut, and then carefully, there we go, okay, open the flaps. I'd take the whole thing out just to show you the actual background. Let's put this aside. There we go. As you can see, the picture that was inside, the picture was on the back, is the same picture like there. Wow. So it folds out. Again, you can either put it back in the box because the box is a good display case, or you can turn it into a diorama. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I don't know why he's looking down. He's looking at his, some controls or whatever. So let's free him up and let's do a detailed review of this amazing toy. Okay, before we do that, okay. So here you go. The mounts are taped to the bottom of the box. So I suggest you keep them there, but it's also glued on. So I would rather keep it there and not take it out like that. And then I could just take the Batpod out by removing these ties. Okay? So let's take it around back. What am I doing? Why am I having such a hard time figuring this out? Okay, there we go. I really should get some scissors. There are times when cutters are applicable and there are times when scissors are necessary. So, be back in a jiff. And we're back with the scissors. Okay, I suggest you get longer ones with the longer tip so that you just have to find that proper angle. I'll do it from the back because I can see better from here. Easier than box cutters. So I'll pull this aside and snippity snip, snip, snip. There we go. It's done. Done. There we go. Set those aside, pull them apart, and just lift. I suggest you, what did I just do there? Oh, it's got a nice cloth-like tape, cloth-like cape, okay. But you can actually manipulate. There's like some wire into it. We'll get into that once we take them out. Take this guy out. Okay, easy. I suggest you take the tire out first. Oh, it's not as easy as it looks. Is it something else holding it in? I don't think so. Okay, don't pull by the arm because that's a recipe for disaster. The sturdiest part is the tire. Oh, it's rubber. It's rubber. Made of rubber. Okay, wait a minute. Is it? What's wrong? Let's see if we can get it out from the back first. There we go. Oh, so the trick is you try to roll the tire so that it pops out. There we go. It's nice. Okay. Now let's see if we can roll this out. There. See, the tire gains some traction. It comes out. It's got some real nice treads. So let's set this aside. I think we need to make room for... Ooh! Wait. Oh, nice. Oh, I thought it was going to stand on its own. Does it have a kickstand or something? It's supposed to have one. Let's put him here. Okay. Unexpectedly, it came with a card. Okay. Chris Nolan, A Fire Will Rise. Alright, that's Batman. The Dark Knight Rises. Wow. I would, if you're gonna keep them in a box, I would suggest you put this card right here. You know, as a nice display accent. Is this a sticker? What is this for? Yeah. Oh, it's a sticker. I don't know what that's for. Anyway. Doesn't even come with a manual because it's not a complicated toy. So let's set this aside for now. Right. Okay. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Where do we begin? It can stand on its own. Surprisingly, it could stand on its own. Okay, there are a couple more ties that you need to cut to get the figure out. Okay, there's one on his left knee and another one on his right knee. Because, you know, shipping a toy like this, there's a possibility that it would just drop off or, you know, get knocked off his bike. And this is not, okay, it's not a one-hit wonder where you can, you know, you can just, it really does take a little bit of work to get it to stand, and then you don't touch it when it's there. See? Okay, let's start from the front to the back so that we can get more out of this review. Now, first thing that really jumps off, the rubber tires. Okay, the rubber tires. It's got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 notches or an 8 band tread. It's actually made of real rubber, I think, but it's got hard plastic. It's not like it's soft and goes in. It's this hard plastic case. There's some areas that, let me feel it. There are some parts where there's some plastic. There's like 3 rings inside covered by rubber. Okay, and it's not all black. You can see the weathering. You can see the different shades of gray, shades of brown, shades of black that comes that shows you that this bike has been used. Okay, it's not a brand new bike, and you can see the nice battle damage or the scar or the weathering on not just the, I think these are the guns. These are the 3 different guns that the Batpod comes with, and then you have even the mags of the tire are all weathered. You see some weathering on this side. There's more on this side. There's actually more on this side. I'll show you in a bit. But see, even this part, you can see where it's not all black. It's not all silver. It's seen some battle damage. It's seen some bad days. All right. Although one pet peeve that I can really see right now is that you can see the uniform paint job. It's not really battle wear because it's all uniform. This one has the same wear of this one and the same for the others. So it's like it's generic battle wear. But overall, the parts where the black looks stripped into silver or showing you the metal underneath, it's a good way to show it. And now you've got the silver or metal like protectors for the handlebars. I think we can show the bike better if we remove Batman. So let's do that. Let's unclip him or unzip him. Now this one's a little bit more tricky because the ties are so close to the figure. Okay, so you do it from underneath. Okay, it's easier that way. Be careful. You know, you don't want to be bleeding all over your toy. So if kids, it says 14 and above for this toy, but for kids who collect, suggest to get your mom and dad to get involved in the whole process. Now, he is still holding on to his handlebar, so let's see if we can get him off. Okay, easy. Yeah, just slip the hand off the bar. Come on, Christian. Stay. Okay, he is at a very odd angle. like he's looking at his knees or something. I wasn't supposed to say knees, but kids are watching. Okay. Okay. Stay there. Okay, let's focus on the bike first. Very simple. It's not as complicated as, say, the other bikes that we've seen in other figures. Let's put him down here. But it is a good representation of the bike, of the Batpod. Again, you still see the weathering all over the bike, all over the supposedly black parts, and the silver stands out. Okay, the silver stands out. Good accent here, though, because he looks like he's crouching on the bike. He looks like you see him crouching on the bike. And there are rest parts. I don't know what you call them. Could be elbow pads for when he's holding onto the handlebar and he's riding the bike. So it's not like he's hanging on for dear life. He's got some places where he could put his elbow to rest them on and hold on to the handlebars. I don't know why the handlebars are angled this way, but then who am I to argue with Christopher Nolan, right? So that's the seat. It's not very comfortable. There's no padding on the seat. Okay. And it's a very, how should I say this? It's a very non-linear kind of bike, because you see the arm on this side and you see another arm on the other side, which balances out the whole thing. So I don't know the mechanics of all of this, but it creates some good aesthetics. There's a lot of balance. Okay. So again, without the figure, it's easier to balance, and the tires on the back are same as the tires on the front. You see the weathering on the rims, and you see the weathering on the other parts. You see the black getting stripped into silver or metal, and you see the nice tires. So yeah, fully functional tires, if I might say. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So once it gets into that balance, it's not. I think it's the figure that creates the tilt. Okay, onto the figure. This is the first time I will be reviewing a Christian Bale or Christopher Nolan Dark Knight action figure. We've done one with the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batman. So just like other channels, if you watched their reviews of the Christopher Nolan Batverse, the Batman of Christopher Nolan is more known for his armor-like costume. It's not rubber, it's not spandex, it's more armor. It's more utilitarian, it's more functional. And you see that throughout the movie, where he's looking for things to add on, things to improve based on the way he fights, the way he moves, how his neck is limited. So he addresses all of that in the whole origin story, or in the development of the character. And the costume, and the Batman uniform evolves together with the character. Okay, so it develops as the character develops, based on individual needs at the different movie. Okay, so this one is in Dark Knight Rises. It's when Bruce Wayne has a back injury and he's no longer as agile and as strong as he was in the two previous movies. So he's got more armor plating all over his costume. There's more areas where he needs to protect: the chest, the shoulders, the forearms, and of course the neck has to move. Let's do an articulation review. This is a pretty good neck movement. Allows him to look down when he's riding the Batpod. Also allows him to look up while he's riding the Batpod, like so. Okay. One thing I love about the Christopher Nolan Batman is that the ears are not too long. The Batman ears are not too long. They're not comical. They're not funny at all. And then you've also got these functional. I don't know what you call them. Guys, put in the comment section what they're called, but I don't know. The hands, you don't have alternate hands for this one. It's just hands for gripping the Batpod. So the shoulders go up 90 degrees. Very limited because this shoulder pad over here. Okay. The elbows, there you've got two jointed elbows and they're pinned. That's another pet peeve. The pins. Okay. Got two pins on and they're very visible. In fact, this one sticks into the forearm armor. Now you've got the iconic copper bronze type utility belt and the nondescript Batman logo on the chest. Unlike the Tim Burton Batman, where you see the Bat logo really just sticking out from a field of yellow, this one just blends into the whole armor. And then you've got the Bat belt that's a little muted compared to the yellow of the Tim Burton one. Again, this is more there's more use for it. There's more function, and then you've got the the cod piece and the whole trunks is not as pronounced as, say, the Adam West Batman or even the Batman from the comic books. So it's not like the running joke is, why is Batman wearing his underwear above his on top of his of his pants. So this one doesn't have that look. It looks like it's a unified armor with modular armor, where it's got pieces that protect the vital parts. So the legs have also padding that's meant to protect the other parts, and you've got the double jointed knee. Now this is again limited leg raise or the leg side movement. Same with the front, very limited because of the armor of the what do you call this? The groin area. All right. Now the knees are double jointed, just like the others. But again, the pins are just. I mean, you've got armor already. You can hide the pins. Why keep it there? The boot is pretty nice. The way the boot looks pretty nice, and there's no hinge on the ankle. There's more of like a pin, and that you can see the pin from inside. There's a pin over there. There. See? There it is. So it's like it spins all over the place. But it gives him a nice there's mobility in the ankle. It doesn't have, unlike the Marvel Legends, it doesn't have the ankle twist. It just goes up and down. Ooh, okay, that's new. That's nice. It has a toe hinge. Okay. Nice. Okay, that's not the first time I've seen it, but this is the first time I've seen it on a figure like this. It gives him more flexibility in terms of posing. He's more stable because then you can bend the toe and he can still balance himself. Okay. Nice. That's a nice accent. I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, I've mentioned something about the cape when we started this review, and I want to highlight that the cape is like fabric. Okay? It's like fabric, but why does it stick out like that? Because the edges, they're made of wire. Okay? They're made of wire. So you can pretty much manipulate it and have some wind effects if you need. When he's riding his Batpod and you want to make him look like the cape is flowing behind him, you can do just that if you're into toy photography. Or when he's fighting, you can have it hug him like so. See? Now it's close by. It's closer to him and it's wrapping around him. And you can just put the arms down, and then there we go. See? This is what's more Batman-esque, Batman-esque like that. I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out where his center of gravity is so I can make him stand up really nice, but there, just when I thought I couldn't make him stand up. So he's got that standing look. The edges on the cape are also nice because you've got the bat-like edges. Overall, as a figure and as a vehicle, these are pretty solid. Very, very solid. It's not loud. It doesn't scream, "Love me." It doesn't scream, I'm a centerpiece." But it also doesn't disappoint. Maybe that's the one thing about the Christopher Nolan Batman series. This is also I think, representative of. It's a great movie. It's a great trilogy. It's a timeless classic. In fact, it's probably up there with the Tim Burton Batman. But it's not. It doesn't have the spectacle of a Marvel Avengers movie, and that in itself is its beauty. So I think these toys are not just toys for Flash. they're toys for real collectors. If you love Batman, if you love the trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, the Christian Bale portrayal of Batman, and the way Christopher Nolan envisioned Gotham City, then this is a toy that you would rather have in your collection than sitting somewhere. I'm a big fan of that series, and I would love to keep them. In fact, if you're gonna have an order of hierarchy and you love the Christopher Nolan Batman, you gotta have this. I've seen the Catwoman Batpod, and I'm pretty sure it's the same mold. But I still love seeing Batman on the Batpod because it's a Batpod, it's Batman, they come together. Okay, so amazing figure, simple, solid, and it just speaks. I love this character, and you cannot be a Batman fan or Batman nut and not have this. I'm telling you this. The more I see this figure sitting in front of me, or right in front of me, I gotta keep it. So let's do away with all of the traditional, stuff. I think I've done that with my ranting. Let's do a final review. Is he not cool? Is he cool? Is he totally cool? So hard. He's almost there. He's totally cool. I think, you can argue with me. You can counter me. I welcome any arguments on this subject matter because it's just a wonderful, lively discussion that we can have. I think he's totally cool. The way that I think the Nolan verse of the Batman trilogy is absolutely cool. We have the tumbler, and we're gonna do an unboxing of that. I think this is gonna sit really well beside that other Bat vehicle. Now, it's not scaled because the Bat tumbler is not as big as what it should be beside the Batpod, but just the way it's gonna stand on your shelf, just the way it's gonna stand inside this box while in your shelf, absolutely amazing. So I think it's totally cool. Let me know if you think differently. Let me know if you have different opinions about this matter. But I'm standing by what I said. I would love to talk to you about any opinions you might have about this toy or any others. So before we go, let me know what you think in the comment box. Please like us on this video, like all the other videos we've posted. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button so that you would get all of new reviews, and then also hit that bell button so you won't miss out on any new material we come out with. Follow us on Facebook and TikTok, and if you're on Facebook and TikTok, go back to our YouTube channel and click on that link and just watch the whole video. Man, just I don't know. I'm gonna spend a little time getting acquainted with Bruce Wayne, Batman, and the Batpod. But before I go, always remember, guys, toys are not just cool. They're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.